18-6-2 run with complimentary plays going back to last Monday, hitting 2 out of 3 last night. I gave you a free winner on the Jaguars, a free winner on the Warriors. Okay, hey, I was on the wrong side of the Bulls game with the Knicks, but Jesus, I had 2 out of 3 free picks last night, 18 out of 24 over the past 11 days. You can live with that. And I got more free selections, 3 of them, in fact, 2 in the NBA and 1 in college basketball for your Friday card. Hi, everyone. Al DeMarco here, general manager of the world's largest online sports handicapping community, and that is VegasSportsAdvisors.com. And remember, you can get my free picks and those of Brandon Lang and Trace Adams by watching our daily free video reports each and every day over at VegasSportsAdvisors.com. There is never any purchase required, no registration needed as well. So check it out over at VegasSportsAdvisors.com. Your first free NBA selection tonight, I'm going to take the Orlando Magic minus the 3 at home against the Utah Jazz. Now, the Jazz are coming off a very impressive win at Miami on Wednesday night, 105-87. But let's remember, they had opened their current 6-game road trip by losing at Washington by 9 and by 8 at New Orleans. And before beating the Heat, they had lost 12 of their previous 13 games. So this is not like a juggernaut coming into Orlando here tonight. Now, the Magic had capped a 6-game road trip with back-to-back road wins out west, one of them at Utah. Back on December 5th, 98-93, behind 22 points from Tobias Harris. That was a game in which George Vucevic, their starting center, did not play. He had missed a 4-game stretch there because of various injuries. You know, in 3 games since returning to the lineup, he has had double doubles in 2 of them. Now, the Magic, since returning from that road trip, they have struggled. They've lost 4 out of 5. At home, they're 1-1. They beat the Hawks on a buzzer beater, and they lost on a buzzer beater to the Washington Wizards after coughing up a 7-point lead with 2 minutes to go in the game. I think this is a good spot to take Orlando, finally at home, a team that's played more road games than anybody else, I think, in the league so far this season. So I like Orlando against a Utah team playing its 4th road game in 6 nights. I've got to lay the 12 points with Cleveland. I mean, listen, their head coach, Dave Blatt, called the loss to the Hawks the other night embarrassing. LeBron James, of course, said, hey, it wasn't embarrassing. Embarrassing is losing the NBA Finals. Yeah, right. Thanks, LeBron. Bottom line is, you lose to the Hawks that way, you don't play any defense. And that's one thing that James did acknowledge, that the team has to play better defense. And it starts with individual defense, which then transforms into team defense. You know, listen, the Cavaliers are a great team for fantasy league purposes, but even though they got Kevin Love, he's not a rim defender. He's not a post presence, okay? You know, they don't have that big protector to clog up the lane. And their perimeter defense is so-so. They've got a hole with shooting guards. But I'm still willing to lay the 12 points here because I think you cannot overreact for the fact that they got humiliated by the Hawks playing at home. Because remember, the Hawks were humiliated by Cleveland when they had met a couple weeks earlier. This was a revenge game for Atlanta. And even though the Cavaliers have lost 3 of their last 4 games, let's keep it all in reference here and look at the perspective point of it all. Because one of the losses was against Oklahoma City on the road, where LeBron didn't play. The following night, playing their 6th game in 6 nights, they lost at New Orleans. And then, of course, they lost to Atlanta. In between, they beat Charlotte at home. They have still won 9 of their last 12 games, okay? The loss to Atlanta was their first home loss since, like, November 22nd. Brooklyn? I mean, the Nets are coming off a 105-89 loss at Toronto on Wednesday. I got to think you got to lay the points with the Cavaliers here. Keep your fingers crossed and expect a blowout as they improve defensively and they scored will against a Brooklyn team that's had problems stopping anybody from going to the basket. In college basketball, I'm going to go with Colorado State minus 2.5 points at Denver. It's a big revenge game for the Rams, who since this rivalry series resumed back in 98-99, have won 13 of the 16 meetings, including 6 of 8 in Denver. But last year at Moby Arena, the Pioneers came to town and they pulled off the 10-point upset win. This Colorado State team, in case you haven't noticed, is a top 20 RPI team. They are also an undefeated team. I was impressed with the way they went to Colorado last week, won outright as a 5.5 point dog in Boulder against the Buffaloes, and then didn't show any letdown when they hosted a Division II team, Arkansas Fort Smith, a couple days later and hammered them, as they should have, by 28 points. Now, I am a little concerned that one of the Colorado State starting guards is listed as questionable for the game. He says he's going to play, but he is listed as questionable, and he's a key performer because he averages like 10.6 rebounds and 3 assists a game. However, I think this is a cheap price, and I think revenge is a huge motivating factor for the Rams in this one, and that's why I'm going to go with them. Denver is 4-1 at home. The one game they lost was to Northern Iowa, a Northern Iowa team that harasses you defensively just like Colorado State does. And this is a Pioneers team that also struggles to score points. I mean, they're only averaging 61.9 points a game. That's 290th in the national rankings. I think there's only like 325 Division 1A schools. So that tells you this team has trouble scoring points. I think it's a low-scoring game, but I can see it something like 70-61, 70-66, somewhere along those lines. Colorado State pulling off the win and, of course, the cover. That'll do it for your Friday video report. Remember, guys, College Bowl season starting tomorrow. Be an ideal time to take advantage of the one-day free all-access pass over at VegasSportsAdvisors.com, which means you can get the best bets of every single handicapper over a $1,000 value absolutely free. It's a one-time free trial. You have nothing to lose other than failing to take advantage of the opportunity to get all the plays for free. And free means free. No strings attached. No phone number, no salesman, nothing. It's a totally online business over at VegasSportsAdvisors.com. So check it out, and make sure you also check out the Countdown to Kickoff preview show that's available as Brandon and Lang and I discuss some of your top games for Sunday's NFL card and give you our free picks and perspectives on those contests. Best of luck to you all, guys, and I'll catch you again on Saturday when we do this one more time at VegasSportsAdvisors.com.